Okay, welcome. Actually, I'm making this video to show how the cache circuitry will find whether a particular address generated by the processor is available in the cache memory or not in case of direct mapping. In case of direct mapping, processor is generating an address. Okay, that address is this many bits. Okay, 7 plus 4 11 11 plus 5 16 bits. Okay, whatever, as usual, whatever we have discussed, right? Okay, now how the cache circuitry will identify whether this particular whatever the address it is referring, whether the block corresponding to this particular address is available in the cache or not. That is the question. How it will find. So how it is going to find, in the sense, see, this particular address which is generated by the processor, we know that it contains 3 ports. Okay, the least significant 4 bits is going to refer the actual word. It is going to refer the actual word, which word it is. Okay, so it means what? It means using 4 bits, how many locations can be addressed? 16 locations can be addressed. Okay, which means that each word contains, sorry, each block contains 16 words. Okay, each block, if you take each block in main memory or each block in cache memory, it contains 16 words. Okay, to identify that 16, which of that 16 word it is currently being referred, for that these 4 bits were used. Okay, fine. And this middle 7 bits, it refers the block number. It refers the block number. Okay, now we are using direct mapping. Okay, say, but the processor address will always refer to the main memory thing. It won't refer something to the cache. Okay, it will always refer to the main memory thing, right? The address is generated based on the main memory content, right? Fine. Now this block number, using 7 bit, how many blocks can be addressed? I mean, using 7 bits, how many locations can be addressed? It is 2 to the power 7, which is 128 locations can be addressed. These things we have discussed, right? So that is 0 to 127 locations. 0 to 127 locations can be addressed. Now the cache contains how many blocks? 128 blocks. 128 blocks. Okay. Main memory contains totally how many blocks? 4096 blocks. 4096 block. Okay. How we map a particular block from the main memory to cache? That whatever our philosophy, that you take the particular block number modulo divided by the maximum cache size, which is 128. Okay, and whatever the remainder, if you block 0, how you will match to cache? Which block to which block it will match? 0 mod 128, which is 0, so it will go to the 0th block. Okay, right. Now block 1, where it will go? 1 mod 128. Okay, which is nothing but 1. It will go to block 1. Okay, all these things I think we have discussed extensively. Block 128, where it will go? It will also go to block 0. Block 129, where it will go? It will also go to block 1. Okay, right, fine. So in direct mapping, multiple blocks in the from the main memory will be mapped to the same block in the cache memory, that we have discussed. Okay, fine. Now the purpose of making this video is, given an address, how do you know whether that block is in the cache or not? That is what I'm trying to make you understand here. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Now another thing, let us try to understand. The main memory here contains totally how many blocks? 4096 blocks. Okay, 4096 blocks. Okay, right. So first 0 to 128 blocks, 0 to 127 blocks, will map to which blocks of cache? Block 0 to 127 of cache. Similarly, if you take block 128 to block 255 of main memory, again it will map to block 0 to block 127 of cache. It is 128 will map to 0, 129 will map to 1, 130 will map to 2, 131 will map to 3, so on and so forth. Okay. Similarly, it is applicable for block 256 to what? 0 to 127. Okay. Similarly, 256. What is 256 plus 127? 256 plus 127 is 383. So up to block 383 also will map to 256 will map to 0, 257 will map to 1, 258 will map to 2, so on and so forth, right? Okay. So how many such 128 blocks are available in main memory? Totally it has 4096 blocks. So how many such 128 blocks are available in main memory? For that, divide 4096 by 128. So I mean it is not block. How many such 128 what do you call group or whatever the term you say. So this is first 128, this is second 128. Okay, how many such 128 blocks are available in main memory? It is 4096 divided by 128. Okay, so it's divide, right? It's divide symbol, in between there is a equal to. So 4096 slash 128, that many set of 128 blocks, or that many 128 blocks are available in main memory. So 4096 by 128 is 32. Okay, so 32 such 128 blocks are available in main memory. Okay, so each of these 32 blocks, I mean each of these 32, in each of these 32 set, one block will map to block 0, and one block will map to block 1, one block will map to block 2, and one block will map to 127. Okay, so totally there are 32 blocks which are going to map to block 0, and totally there are 32 blocks which are going to map to block 1, so on and so forth, and totally there will be up to 32 blocks which are going to map to block 127, right? Okay, so these are the preliminary things which are required to understand whether a particular address given is available in the cache or not. Okay, fine. Okay, with this knowledge, let us jump. Okay, before that, one more thing I want to say. See here, so totally there are 32 such blocks are there. Okay, right? So this 32 can be represented using how many bits? 5 bits. 32 can be represented using 5 bits. 2 to the power 5 is 32. Okay, that is 0 to 31. That is 0 to 31. Okay, fine. Now this is the first 128. This is the first set of 128 block. Okay, this is the first set of 128 block. Okay, for this first set of 128 block, what will be this bit 5 bits value? Any idea you have? This 5 bits, if you see, it will be 0 0, all zeros, 0 0 0 0. Are you getting? It will be all 0, 5 zeros. Okay, for all these thing I am telling, for all these 128 blocks. Okay, this what do you call this higher order 5 bits will be 0 for the first set of 128 blocks. Okay, right? These 7 bits will be whatever the block number. For the first block it will be 0, for the 0th block it will be 0, for the next block it will be 1, for the next block it will be 2 3, so on and so forth. Okay, again this will refer the appropriate word, right? Okay, right? So for the second set of 128 blocks, what will be the tag bit? These 5 bits, this 5 bit will be 0 0 0 0 0 1. Okay, for all these second set of 128 block, this 5 bits will be this will be the value, right? Similarly, for the third set of 128 blocks, what will be the value of that 5 bits? 0 0 0 1 0, which is 2. Okay. Similarly, for the fourth set of 128 blocks, what will be those 5 values? So this is 1 2 3 3. Okay, 3 is double 1. Okay, right? Okay, 3, right? For the fourth set of 128 blocks, what will be the most significant 5 bits? It will be 0 0. This is 0. Okay, this is 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0, and so on and so forth. It will proceed. For the fifth bit, it will be 0 0 1 0 1. I mean, for the fifth set of 128 blocks. For the last set of 128 blocks, what will be the 5 bits? It will be 1 1 1 1. All ones will be there. 5 1. Okay. For the first set of 128 blocks, it will be all 5 zeros. For the last set of 128 blocks, it will be all ones, right? Okay. With this knowledge, let us try to understand, given an address, how we will identify whether it is in the cache or not. Okay. Now this is the address given. Address given contains how many bits? 16 bits. Okay. Address given contains 16 bits. Now you know that this particular 7 bit, okay, this particular 7 bit, that is from the, what you call, if you come from the most significant bit position, okay, from that, if you count sixth bit, okay, 6th 7th 8th 9th 10th 11th and 12th, okay, 6th to 12th bit, 6th to 12th bit, if you come from this side, okay, but normally we will not take from this side. If you take from this side, it is from which bit to which bit? Okay, better let us go with the normal style. See, this is 0th bit, this is 3rd bit, okay, because it is 4 bits, okay. So this is 0th bit, this is 3rd bit, so this is 4th bit, this is 4th bit, 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 4th bit to 10th bit. This is what this 7 bits is about, okay. The remaining tag bit is from, yes, 11th to 15th bit. Totally there are 16 bits, okay, right? So this 4th to 10th bit, these particular 7 bits, we know that it represents the block number. We know that it represents the block number, okay. Now this block number is in terms of how it is specified in the main memory, okay. Main memory, we have how many blocks? 4096 block, okay. So main memory, we have 4096 block, right? Okay. Now 1 minute. This block number has it is not in the style of main memory, it is in the style of cache, because here we have only how many bits? 7 bits. Here we have only 7 bits. Here we have only 7 bits. So 2 to the power 7 is what? 128. 2 to the power 7 is 128. It will just refer to any one of the 128 blocks which is available here. It may refer to either block 0 or block 1 or block 2 or block 3. Okay. Say it is referring to block 0. Okay. So it is referring to block 0. Right. Okay. Fine. Now how we will identify whether it is the correct block or not? Whether it is the correct block or not? How do we know that? Say block 0 of main memory also will map here, right? Block 128 of main memory also will map here, okay. Block 256 of main memory also will map here, so on and so forth. It proceeds, okay. Totally 32 blocks will map here. Now this is referring to block 0, but CPU want which block? Which block of main memory it want? Does it want block 0 or block 128 or block 256 or what? Okay, let us assume CPU want block 256. This is the one it want to access, okay. This also will be mapped to block 0 only. It should check here only, okay. If this is the block CPU wanted to access, then what should be this tag bit should be? For first set of 128, sorry, 0 to 127, tag bit will be what? All 5 zeros, okay. For the second set of 128, that is 128 to 255, tag bit will be what? 0001, 5 ones, 0, I mean 4 zeros, 1 1. Okay. For the third set of 128 blocks, the tag bit will be what? 00010. Okay, 00010. If tag bit is 00010 and if the block is mapping to block 0, then it means that it is referring to block 256. Are you getting? So this is how the catch circuitry will understand whether that particular block is in the catch or not. Okay, are you getting? Say, so if the tag bit is here, the tag bit is 00010, it means what? It means that CPU is trying to access which block? 256 block of main memory. Okay, then CPU, then the catch circuitry will check whether here also is it 00010 or not. If it is here also, if it is 0010, then this is actually mapping to 256 block of main memory. Then it will be a catch hit. Then it will be a catch hit. Okay, but assume that this is referring to block 0. Okay, so this is all zeros, so it is referring to block 0. Fine, but this is not in the tag here. It is not 0010. It is say 4 zeros and 1. It is say 4 zeros and 1. Okay, so now it is referring to, now CPU want which block of main memory? It want block 128 of main memory. Okay, but assume that in catch what you have is, it is in catch what you have is, it is block 256. Assume that in catch what you have is, it is block 256, that is its tag value is 00010. Okay, now will it be catch hit or miss? It will be miss, because this is the one you want, but the tag is not matching, so it will be catch miss. Okay, then it will be fetching from the main memory and it may replace or whatever it may be, right? So this is what I wanted to say. Okay, this is how the processor or the catch circuitry will check whether a particular block is in the catch or not. Okay, so to be precise, first it will take the block number. Okay, and obviously something will be in the block or nothing, right? So it will map to any one of the 128 block, that is fine. But now CPU want which block? That will be referred by this tag bit. Okay, I mean which set of 128 blocks? There are many set of 128 blocks in main memory. So which set of 128 block CPU, I mean this particular block comes in which set of the 128 blocks? That will be referred by this tag bit. Okay, now it is not only mapping this block, this tag bit also should be mapped. Are you getting? Okay, so this is how the checking happens in a direct mapping. Okay, see why I am doing this video in the sense, I suspect that in the earlier video I said that so CPU, the catch circuitry will compare all the tags for direct mapping. Okay, but that is not the case. It will not compare each and every tag. It is not required to compare with each and every tag, right? Whichever the block, this block number is telling, only to that particular block the tag should be matched. Okay, if it is matching, it is hit. If it is not matching, it is not hit. So this is the one I wanted to convey. That is the purpose of making this video, right? Okay, so I think it's clear. If you have any doubt, you can get back to me, right? And only for associative mapping, it will check for all the blocks. It has to check for all the blocks, and that is the disadvantage of associative mapping, whether a particular block is there in the cache or not, right? Okay, thank you.